Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Well, I've had a pretty good day today. I was out messing around in my garage, just doing some basic stuff, oil changes and cleaning up and fixing a few little things here and there. But you know what I said, a man has to eat, and I also have to provide a meal for my lovely lady. So I'm working on making some dinner today. And one of the videos I've done recently was actually pretty popular, and I thought that it was kind of interesting because it was just a basic meal that I grew up having, which was hot dish. I come from a background from the Midwest, growing up in the country. Not a huge family, but a fairly good-sized family, and we worked a lot, so we did a meat and potatoes diet, plenty of carbs and protein, and it's not really diet friendly, but it's good. So today I am going to make another hot dish. I love making them really because they're easy to make, reasonably priced. It goes a long way. So packaging up some leftovers to eat later, which is my favorite thing. I love leftovers. Today we are going to be making a hot dish with one of my favorite things here, sauerkraut. Now, you may or may not be a fan of this, but where I grew up, this is pretty popular. So we're going to make sauerkraut hot dish today. Stay tuned. I'll show you how to make this. To start out on this recipe, you're going to want to brown 1 pound of hamburger and a half a cup or so of a chopped up onion. And of course, you can season this as you like or add more or less onion. If you don't like onion, you don't have to add it. I like onion. This is actually probably more than half of a cup, but go ahead and brown your hamburger and saute your onion with it, and then we'll move on to the next step. I added the hamburger and onion mix here into the bowl so I can mix everything together. So I season this with salt and pepper, and you can season with whatever you like. Now for a authentic Midwest, especially Minnesota, at least that's from my experience, for an authentic hot dish, you're going to want to use cream of mushroom soup. This is always the key to holding this together and adding that authentic Midwestern flavor. Doesn't look like a whole lot in here, let me tell you, but it's what really ties it all together. And then I also like to add cream of chicken. Make sure you get in there with your rubber scraper and clean these all out. Get all that creamy goodness in there. So 1 can of cream of mushroom, 1 can of cream of chicken. To that I'm going to add 2/3 a cup of milk. And we'll mix this all together. Feel free to add whatever spices you'd like. If you like things a little bit on the spicy side, you could add some red pepper. Let's see, I don't know what would go good with sauerkraut, but make it your own. Don't be afraid. To be a good hot dish, you gotta have some carbs. So this one here, we're gonna put some egg noodles in it. So this is your 12 ounces egg noodles. Boiling water. Oh, look at that, you can even see it boiling. Yeah. Production values, ladies and gentlemen. Production values. Boil them up. Tell you what here. I don't know about y'all. Oh, look at that arm in the video. We'll put some salt in there. Boil them up for about 5 minutes or so. Since we're going to mix everything together, it's okay if they're a little bit al dente. That's a pretty fancy term. You might want to look that up. Cook the egg noodles about 5 minutes or so. Drained them out. Got them sitting here. And in the meantime, I made some dinner rolls. Those were cooking up before. Actually, I might cook those a couple more minutes. Those are the Hawaiian bread. I made it into bread rolls this time. They look pretty good. I think I'm gonna go about 2 more minutes. But pretty pleased with how they turned out. They look pretty nice. Well, it's probably time to put this thing all together here. Look at those bread rolls. They look pretty good. They didn't rise as much as I thought they would, but they still look pretty nice. So I've got the noodles. I've got the mixture we made here with the hamburger and onions and the soup mixes. And I also have 3 cups of shredded cheese here. That's cheddar cheese. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some noodles down. We'll put about half of the noodles down in this casserole dish, which I have sprayed with some cooking spray. So we'll put about half of these down. And like I said, we only cook these about 5 minutes, but we're gonna bake it in the oven, so they're gonna cook a little bit more. Looks to be about half, huh? Spread that out. Somewhat evenly. Now we're gonna put some sauerkraut on here. Most of the recipes I've seen for this say to use the regular can of it. Now I really like sauerkraut, so this is about double the amount that most of the recipes I've seen ask for. So hey, if you don't like sauerkraut, chances are you're not gonna make this recipe. I like sauerkraut, so I'm putting extra in it. And you know, like I said, if this isn't your thing, then don't do it. No one's forcing you to. If you hate it, what the heck? Tell me about it. Or don't. I don't really care. All right. And then we're going to put on some of this hamburger mixture here. I'll tell you one thing about hot dish. It never really looks all that appetizing. But it is good. If you don't try it, you're just going to have to take my word for it. But if you do try it, you'll know. All right, half of that now. Oops, excuse me there. About half the cheese. And when can you ever really go wrong with cheese, right? If you want to add more, feel free. Now guess what we're gonna do? The other half. All right, I'll put it out there. We'll come back once I got it all layered out for you. Wilbur, what do you think? Come on. There you go. Well, Wilbur probably would like hot dish as well, but all right, so I've got her laid out here. It looks like I maybe put more than half the cheese down in the middle, but that's okay. Now, one of the other things that I really like on hot dish, and it's always optional, I love these crispy fried onions. I put them on top. If you don't like onions, well, you can figure something else out. You could put crumbled bacon on top of here. I don't know, bacon and sauerkraut would probably be good. Now, what the heck, let's put the whole thing on there. I mean, I used part of this on my last hot dish, so it's leftovers. Whatever you like, put it on top. Now, this is going in the oven. We're gonna put this in the oven for about 45 minutes. Now, another option would be you could put this together, put it in the crock pot, put it on low, cook it for a couple hours. That would work as well. So, oven's still hot from making these dinner rolls. I'm gonna put it in there and we'll get it out in 45 minutes and we'll show you what she looks like. The dogs must like this here because I hear them crying. But here it is after it came out of the oven. It's looking pretty good. I've got my bread rolls that I made up here. A little Caesar salad. Let's see how she plates up here. Listen to the dogs. They love it. The dogs love it. Nice and steamy. There you go. Now we're going to do the, that's one of my friends likes to do the flyover. Cheesy. Delicious. Plenty of leftovers here. Let me make up a plate for myself here. Of course, I put a plate together for my lovely lady first. There we go. Try it, you say? Is that what you said? Try it? Okay. It's so hot. Let's try a bite here together. Ooh, oh, I got some onions. Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's gonna make it happen. All right, so there you go. Yeah, to get the right light. There you go. Yeah, look at that. I got my picture frame in the background. Look at my last video, picture frame. Thank you very much for watching. Oh yeah, if you like my videos, go ahead and click subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, all those things. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your hot dish adventure. Adios.